What's up guys, welcome back to my channel for another legendary review. Today I'm going to be talking about the new M. Night Shyamalan series that's going to premiere on Apple TV called Servant. I was actually lucky enough to watch the first 3 episodes of Servant at a press screening here in Denver, and that's what I'm going to be reviewing here, the first 3 episodes. It was definitely interesting to say the least. I'm going to do my best not to spoil anything, but if you're someone who's on the fence in regards to watching this show, maybe I could convince you to check this out. So Servant follows this miserable Philadelphia couple, Sean and Dorothy, as they hire this 18-year-old nanny named Leanne to take care of their infant son, Jericho. The only problem is that Jericho ain't no baby. He's just a dog that disturbingly resembles one. Dorothy has gone mad, psychotic with grief, and actually thinks the dog is her real son, and her husband Sean is just going along with it because he thinks it's gonna help his wife recover. Unfortunately, the nanny also treats the dog like an actual baby, leaving the door open for a mysterious force to enter their home. M. Night Shyamalan directed this show alongside series creator and writer Tony Pascalop, and for Shyamalan this marks his first television project since Wayward Pines aired for a couple seasons back in 2015 and 16. M. Night Shyamalan, he's kind of the Forrest Gump of directors. You never know what you're gonna get from project to project. His movies range from classics like The Sixth Sense, Signs, Unbreakable, to classically awful movies like The Last Airbender and After Earth. But if there's anything I learned throughout my career following M. Night Shyamalan, is that never to count him out, because every time I count him out, he pulls me back in. Lauren Ambrose and Toby Kebbell are the stars in this one, and they play this couple, Sean and Dorothy Turner. Sean is this gourmet chef that spends his time trying out crazy recipes only hipsters would love, like live eels and lobster ice cream. And Dorothy is a 5 o'clock news reporter that just can't get over the death of her infant son, so she gets a doll she thinks is real and hires a nanny to take care of it. The first 3 episodes deal mostly with the mystery of who this nanny is, what she wants, where does this baby come from, and the mystery of what that means for the couple interested me enough that I'm gonna finish the season when Apple TV releases the rest of the episodes. Each episode is only about like 30 minutes long, but unlike The Mandalorian, I do feel like they squeeze a good amount of plot development throughout the first 3 episodes, even though it's only 30 minutes long. And in true M. Night Shyamalan fashion, almost every episode ends with a twist. I'm not going to get into the specifics because I like to keep my review spoiler free, but if you go into this thinking this is going to be a straightforward story about a miserable couple, a creepy nanny, and a fake baby, you're going to be disappointed, because after the first episode, M. Night Shyamalan takes that premise and drops it on its head, and the show ends up becoming about something totally different. Even the style changes. There's many times throughout these first 3 episodes where it feels more like a dark comedy than a horror thriller. Most of the action we see here in Servant takes place in this couple's fancy townhouse, and the show feels very claustrophobic because of it, forcing Shyamalan and the show's other directors to find creative ways to keep the show visually interesting. So needless to say, get ready for a lot of awkward, uncomfortable, extreme close-ups just like this one. Oh yeah, and if you happen to be a fan of Harry Potter, you'll be happy to see Rupert Grint in this. He plays Dorothy's brother who gets obsessed with figuring out what the nanny's deal is. He has this weird and ridiculous Philly accent that's just hilarious and really showcases his talent and acting chops. Hopefully this performance finally unshackles Rupert Grint from Ron Weasley, and we get to see him in some more roles in the future, because the dude can definitely act. I will say Servant is a show that requires a lot of suspension of disbelief. They do throw a lot our way in terms of mysteries, and I don't know if they're going to keep it up for another season, but it is a creepy fun show with its own distinct personality, so I'm going to give this show a B. It's easily Apple TV's best show by far, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for this one as the season plays out. So far, I haven't really been impressed at all with Apple TV's content. All of their original shows so far, like See, The Morning Show, and Dickinson, have been pretty average at best, so at least Servant is a step in the right direction. But if Apple TV honestly wants to compete with all these other streaming platforms, they definitely got to step it up a notch, because they won't be around much longer if they don't. But alright guys, that's my review of Servant. Go ahead, let me know what your thoughts are on this show and Apple TV in the comments below. Are you a fan of Apple, or do you have some other streaming platform you prefer? And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And remember kids, movies may fade, but real legends never